Hi all. I've got this PC here. I think I paid like 50 bucks for it, 80 bucks. I got it at a local computer store, and I'm going to install Fedora on it. Linux. First, this one came with Windows. It came installed on the computer. Windows came installed on the computer, and I was just going to wipe it out and install Linux on the C drive. But here, I'll show you. It's got Windows 7 here. If I go to my computer, it's a 233 gig, and you can see the install of Windows takes hardly nothing. So what I was thinking was I'd leave Windows here and then take a chunk of this hard drive and install Linux on it. So when I wanted to work with Windows, I could boot up Windows. If I wanted to work on Linux, I'd have Linux here. That's what they call a dual boot system. D-U-A-L, I think it is, dual. Dual boot. Let's see, if we click on computer and go to manage, we get computer management and click on disk management. This is just another view of C colon of your hard drive. So you can see here, this is C colon here. For some reason, when you install Windows, it saves a little bit here. I'm not really sure why. It's probably just for like expansion or something, you know. 100 megs seems like it's quite a bit. Let's see. This one doesn't have a recovery partition, so usually if you have a recovery partition, I think it would be like down at this end. Okay, so what I'd like to do is kind of chop this in half and then have Windows on this part and have Linux on this part. So it used to be you had to download a separate application, but I found this in the Fedora docs. The installing Fedora Linux on a Windows system dual booting. So, you know, the way it used to be, Windows had to be first. Windows had to be the first partition. And then you used to have to download an application, a separate application to create the Linux partition, but now it looks like it's built into the Linux install disk. So you start it up to your live disk, your live desktop, and then you click the install, and you get this drop down here where you can choose one of these four things. Use the entire drive, replace existing Linux system, shrink the current system. So that's the one we want. Shrink the Windows system. Allow an existing partition to be reduced to make room on the drive for Fedora installation. So, it used to be that was a touchy situation. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. They hadn't used the whole hard drive. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Sometimes when they install Windows, they don't use the whole thing. Like when they installed Windows, they might have only grabbed half of it, and then this end would be empty. So if that was the case here, that would be this one. Use the free space. We're going to do this one here. Shrink the Windows system. So that means we're just going to take C: and shrink it down to about half. So it's 233 gigs. I think I'll just give it 100 gigs. That's a lot, for just messing around. What I want to do is keep this computer as like a workstation that I can connect to my Windows server right next. I have another computer next to it running Windows server here, and then I'll have Windows 10 here, so I can turn on Windows 10 and connect to the server there. Or if I want to work with Linux, then I can boot into my Linux system. So it should be a pretty easy installation. So first, this is Windows 7. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade it to Windows 10. I already downloaded it. You can go to my other videos and see how to download it and create the install disk. So this here will save time. I don't have to download it again. So just pop the disk into the tray. Before you do that, write down your product number here at the bottom. In case something goes wrong, then you can reinstall. Run setup. Okay, I'm going to say don't download. It'll take forever. Read the license. Click accept. It used to be on the Windows installation disk you could create partitions, but I don't think they give you the option for that now. It just automatically grabs the whole C drive. So let's see what it does here. Install Windows 10. Keep Windows setting, personal file, and app. I'm going to change that. Keep nothing. Because I don't know what's on the hard drive and I don't care, right? I bought it used. He had Windows 7 installed. Just wipe everything out. Install Windows 10. See, it should give you the option here to create a partition. Only use half of the hard drive. But there's no option here, so install Windows 10, keep nothing. See? And it goes right into the install. Okay, so this is going to take a while. It says installing Windows 10, your PC will restart several times. This might take a while. If you're interested, I have, I think, at least 2 other videos where I install 10, so you can check those out. So I'll get back to you as soon as this is done. See ya. Bye. Okay, it's done installing. Now it's asking me a few questions. I'm in the United States. I speak English, US keyboard, time zone, Eastern time zone.
Make your computer easier to use. Windows will read and scan this list automatically. Press the spacebar to select the highlighted.
Okay, next. This here, if you change these at any time, let's go custom settings here. Personalize your speech typing input by sending contacts, calendar details to Microsoft. No. Send typing, linking data to Microsoft to improve recognition. No. Let apps use your advertising ID to experience cross apps. No. Let Windows and apps request location, including location history, Microsoft, trust. No. Okay, next. Use smart online services to help protect against malicious content downloads. Okay. Use page prediction to improve reading, speed up browsing, and make overall experience better Windows browsers. Page prediction. Your browsing data is sent to Microsoft. We'll say no. Automatically connect to suggested open hotspots. No. Automatically connect networks shared by your contacts. No. So it's just this top one I leave on. Use smart screen online services to help protect against malicious content and downloads. Okay, next. Okay, I'm gonna pop the disk out here. I own it. Next. Okay, we're gonna sign in locally. If you haven't seen this stuff before, there's two ways to log into Windows. You can log in with an email account, which then you're connected to the Microsoft website, or you can just skip this step and you're just logged in locally on this computer. Okay, who's going to use this PC? Let's see. These pens from Lowe's, I think they're only like $1 or even less. They're really good for writing on disk. So, okay, now it's just ask me, do I want to connect to the internet? Say yes, I've got a cable plugged into the back. And let's see if it's working here. Okay, so it's working. Okay, so now let's go ahead and install Linux. Okay, so we've got the disk here. I'll pop the disk in.